Darkness and light collide. Two flames burn eternal. From the sacred halls of Freemasonry to the roaring highways of the Widow Sons comes a brotherhood forged in truth, honor, and fire. This is no ordinary podcast. This is the voice of the craft, reminding you that the sun never sets on the Widow Sons. From the heartland of America, welcome to the Two Burning Tapers podcasts with your hosts, Skittles and Gilligan.
What's up, brothers and friends of the craft? Welcome back to Two Burning Tapers. I'm Shawn, Skittles, and I'm sitting with brother Casey Gilligan. And tonight, we've got a hell of an episode for you. Our guest tonight is a true brother out of Kentucky, a Widow Sons, who's been doing this thing for 16 years. Tonight, we're talking Widow Sons history and what it actually means to live this life long term. We're also getting into the history, and because it's one worth hearing, this man has no legs and somehow puts more miles on his motorcycle than you do. He's also the host of the Half Hour with HalfSack, where it keeps it honest, unfiltered, and real, just like we do here. Tonight, we're talking about everything that is worth talking about. Brothers, help us welcome a true Kentucky Widow Son, Brother HalfSack.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, Brother HalfSack. Welcome, Brother HalfSack.
I'm gonna have to get him to do the intros on my show. Yes, I can't do it that well.
Oh, buddy, he's got that friend. He's got that friend chat with him pretty good.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get him to read the monologue on my show instead of me. Because I don't want them sissy foo men on my show. It is cut that off. We talk about anything and everything. Yeah.
We'll help you
anything
out,
and everything with a HalfSack.
That's
right, brother. Why don't you go ahead and we'll give you the floor first off and just kind of introduce yourself, who you are, and we'll get into the gist of it and kind of see where it goes.
All right, I'm Chuck HalfSack. Been a Master Mason 24 years. I've been with the Kentucky Widow Sons for almost 16 years. This spring will be 16 years. I've owned and ridden many bikes, but my final one is a 2001 Goldwing trike that I bought before I lost my legs. It wasn't because I lost the legs, but it was before.
Mm-hmm.
The bike I had before that was a 94 Goldwing, and a guy pulled out in front of me, and I decided I'm going to hit him on the side and try to tackle this truck, and truck won, but totaled that bike out. And I got up and I walked away from it, but I wanted to ask him because it happened early in the morning. It's dark outside, but I had over $7,000 in LED lights. I wanted to ask him, did you not see the big freaking UFO coming down the road? So I know he didn't look my direction. He just looked straight. Yeah, he just looked straight.
I definitely remember you telling that story after that wreck.
Yeah, I did.
I wanted to
not
see me. Yeah, you're like, how did he not see me? I had so many damn lights all over that thing.
Yeah, but
it happens.
It happens. That's right.
Yep, definitely happens.
Gotta adapt. You just gotta adapt to move on. That's all there is to it. So
yes, sir. Brother HalfSack. You've been doing that since I've known you. I think I was branded in the Wayfarers chapter. You were there. You were part of that chapter when I got branded. That was 2013.
I remember.
So that's a little over.
I remember you getting your money's worth.
Oh yeah.
Your feet were off the air, but you asked for it. You kept asking for it.
I did. I was that punk ass kid I was that loud punk ass kid that was like, I want my money's worth. Yeah. I do. Every once in a while, I get once a year, I get like a pop up in my memory that's like the picture of me, you, Sarge, Shawn, and everybody standing there in front of our Wayfarers banner the year that I got branded. And I'm like, man, that was a good group of guys. Definitely a really good group of guys back then.
That was down there in Cave City, wasn't it?
Yep, that was down in Cave City.
Down in Cave City.
Was, sir. Yeah, that was
a good rally.
Yep,
That
that was
was a good
definitely a good
rally.
rally.
People's bikes ended up in the swimming pool. You remember that part?
I do. It was definitely a rally.
Yeah.
Remember we went
Those were the
searching. Remember we went
I
searching because
do.
somebody said that they went off the side of the mountain, and we went searching for their
Uh-huh.
brother, and they found him
Yep.
in the hotel room.
Yep, and that was
Everybody was searching.
yeah, everybody was searching. He's that brother's from Indiana, and I see him almost every rally.
Do you?
And now that I'm trying to now that now you mentioned the story, I know his name, but I cannot remember right off the top of my head. And next time I see him, he's gonna punch me right in the nose and be like, "How come you didn't remember my name?" But sometime throughout the podcast, I'm definitely gonna remember it because he got branded the same year that I did. Uh,
Yeah.
Troy, brother Troy. Dang, I knew it was gonna come to my head. Brother Troy
Yeah, we searched for a
out of
couple
Indiana.
hours and finally found him
Yep. Yep,
because
found him in the
they
hotel.
thought he went off the yeah, they thought they went up the, side of the mountain.
Good rally,
That's
brother,
such a
good rally.
Kentucky story, man.
Somebody yeah, somebody got married that rally too, from, Massachusetts. They got married at the rally. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's,
Rallies were fun when you can remember them.
yes. That rally, so that was the year I was getting branded, and, brother, I met brother Block that year, at the rally,
Out of Illinois,
um,
right?
at Illinois. Yep, I met him.
Mhm.
He's no longer a Widow Son, but I met him in Kentucky at the hotel. It was a very nice interaction. I may have called him a choice word that I probably shouldn't have. Um, but anyways, all in good fun. My wife was on the way down from our house, and she was on the way to come stay with us. And it was a joke. What I called Brother Block, I called him a pussy. Uh, I'm like, nice to meet you. I heard you're a big pussy. But by God, I left. I came back. My room was trashed. The beds were flipped upside down. There was toilet paper from one side to the other. And I was like, holy shit, what just happened in my room? I didn't know that Brother Block was a prison block guard for Max D prison, and he tossed my motherfucking a whole bedroom, bud, just tossed the whole room. And I was like, oh my God, how did it get in? My dumb ass, I put my key on top of my light so that way I didn't lose it. He watched me do that. So so he got me back, and it was a good rally. I will tell you that was definitely a good rally, Chuck.
Oh my god, there's all kinds of stories from well, that's the same rally that I rode the bike down, and we got Jennifer to volunteer to drive my Jeep, down because we needed, for her to take the coolers, and there
The
was a few
coolers,
other
yes,
ladies
yeah.
that drove the coolers, and
The coolers.
we were, most of the way down there when we got a phone call that some of the brothers were already down there. And if you remember, the hotel and stuff was at the top of the mountain, but down at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom, the entrance to get up there, they called and said that the state police were down there inspecting cars for coolers.
For the
I didn't
coolers.
tell I didn't tell Jennifer this, and so a couple of the brothers, when they found our concave or not concave convoy of
Yeah,
vehicles with coolers, they distracted the state police so that we were able to get up there before they stopped them. And our little
yep.
convoy of about 3 or 4 vehicles with coolers. But, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stories, and just from that one rally. Just that one
Just that one
rally.
rally. Chuck, how many rallies you think you've been to in your
Oh,
16 years?
at least 8. 7, 8 of them, yeah. I mean, in
Nice,
the beginning,
nice.
I was at every rally, and then, um,
Mm-hmm.
due to work constraints, just couldn't do it,
Right,
you know,
right.
but yeah, I was
Because
there probably for the
you
first 6, 7 of
I was gonna say you did I want to say forensics, but not forensics, but computer forensics, pretty much for the LMPD, correct?
No, I worked in the property room until I lost my
Property
legs.
room. That's right.
I
Yeah.
dealt
Okay.
with
Okay.
all the
Gotcha. Property room.
evidence, drugs,
All the
guns,
evidence.
money. If somebody hung himself, the ligatures, I dealt with all that stuff. Biohazard, you name it. If it was evidence, I dealt with it until I lost my
Right.
legs, and
Did
then
you
I
have
did
any
reports.
reports? Did you have any Masons in the room with you while you did any fellow police officers that were close
There
to you that
were
were
there were
Masons that you knew of?
there were a few Masons that were officers. A funny story. I got one for you. A detective at the time. He also was also in training, and he knew that I was a Mason. He was Prince Hall Mason. So we didn't really communicate a lot, but we knew each other were Masons and stuff like that. And he came in one night because I worked third shift. And he came in one night and he told me a story that when he was down there training, and it wasn't too long before this, when he was down there, one of the recruits actually came in and had a Masonic ring on. And he said, "Oh, I see you're, traveling man," or something like that to indicate that he knew he was a Mason. And the guy said, "I don't have a clue what you're talking about." And he said, "Your ring there." And he said, "Well, I just got it because I liked it." And he said, "Come here, I need to talk to you outside." Talk to him outside. And he said, "You're going to take that expletive ring off of your expletive finger right now until you know what it is and you're able to wear it because you're not a Mason." And so he told me a
Mhm.
story like, about that. But yeah, I mean, there was a few brother Masons that were detectives and stuff that we knew each other and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Gotcha.
find
And
Masons
you
all
were
over the place.
right, right. You traveled outside of you been in any rally outside of Kentucky
No rallies outside of
before?
Kentucky, but I have visited lodges outside of Kentucky, and
Lodges outside of
that's
Kentucky, yeah.
yeah, that 2 different states, and those were experiences because Kentucky is a free and accepted Masons, where the 2 states I
Mhm.
went to, North Carolina and Missouri, are ancient free and accepted Masons. So they do things a little
Mhm.
different, basically the same, a little
Correct.
different. And
Same,
the one
different.
lodge,
6'7",
right?
6'7".
The the one in North Carolina was actually a military Masonic lodge that I went to, and
Ah,
that was
okay.
very different to watch because everything was squared off. I mean, they did the heels and everything. I mean, it was precise in the movements of opening lodge and closing lodge. And then the other one I went to in Missouri was very lax. And I'll give you a
Mhm.
little story about that. The I got there, I had my suit on, looking, dressed to the nines. And this lodge met
Right,
on a
used to
Tuesday
going to
night.
lodge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a past master and all this going to this lodge. I'm making sure that I'm looking my best, right? I get there about a half hour before lodge or before dinner and walk in, and they had one guy that was inside preparing the kitchen area. And they were just having ice cream that night, bought popsicles or something like that. So I'm in there and I'm
Mhm.
talking to the guy. And of course, more brothers show up. And they're all there in the kitchen area getting their ice cream, and I'm talking to them. And about 5 of the brothers said, "Well, let's go on upstairs and let's investigate this brother, just like they do at any other lodge that don't know nobody." So I go
Mhm.
upstairs, and there's 5 of them around me. And the one guy says, "Well, I'm satisfied because anybody that's going to be here on a Tuesday night in a suit probably knows he belongs here." So he was satisfied.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
true. Yeah.
So, and so the second guy asked me a couple questions, and he looks
Mhm.
at the other guys and he says, "I bet you this guy knows more about masonry than I do." So he said, "I'm satisfied." So they are all good to go. We just sat and talked. Well, I set up over in the north area, and there wasn't many of them there. There may have been 10, but there was only one guy, and it was the master who was the dressiest. I mean, I'm in a suit, and the master comes in a polo and dress slacks. And I was like, "Okay, no
Right.
problem. This is a laid back lodge. I understand." My
Working
lodge is laid
lodge,
back a
working
little.
lodge.
my lodge is laid back a little bit too. You know what I mean? And then just before lodge is to open, the junior warden comes in a pair of flip flops, cut off blue jeans, a Harley Davidson T-shirt with the sleeves cut off. And I went, holy shit, this is laid back. Come to find out, he was actually a Grand Lodge member. He was
Oh,
actually a member of their Grand Lodge, yes. So then
oh,
Lodge started, and the master asked, and this is no lie. The master asked the treasurer for the treasurer, and he pulls out, I don't have my checkbook right in front of me, but he pulls out his checkbook, opens it up, and says, I got $200 cash here. We had in the bank X amount of dollars. I've got 3 checks for this amount here. Somebody figure that up, and that's what we got. That was the treasurer's report.
oh,
Nice.
wow.
And I thought, holy
Wow.
smokes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like what
But
just happened here?
yeah, that was, my kind of impression. And but that's all right. And I've been to these lodges a couple times since, but yeah, they were very, very laid back. So I've
I would
traveled.
say the first time I went to Skittles Lodge in Bloomington, they're an A and F and M, right? Skittles,
Yes.
ancient,
Sir.
free, and
Yes, sir.
accepted. Okay, so it was definitely. I understand what you mean by going and
A
going
little
to a
different.
different lodge, visiting, especially coming from Kentucky because we are free F and A and M or F and A M. Um, so the words were pretty close to the same, just a little same, different, 6, 7. But sorry.
They
It
like
is
to add an
definitely
extra
fun
step
to
in there.
correct. It is definitely fun to go watch or see degree work in other states. Even in the Widow Sons, going and watch it and seeing different aspects of it. Because I would probably say for you, HalfSack, if you went to a branding now, it would probably look a lot different for you than it did 10 years ago. Or hell, even 15 years ago, it'd probably look a lot different for you.
Is that right?
Yeah. Um, just by difference of people bringing some things into it to make it a little bit better, or just finally everybody getting on the same page, doing the same stuff at each rally. Kind of like getting ourselves a blue book. Kind of Kentucky does 2 different blue books, correct? We have 2 different monitors we use.
No, no,
No,
there is
just
only
one
one
now.
monitor. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
okay.
always been just one. They talked to, I think I know what you're talking about, the TRL book.
Yeah, yeah, the TRL book.
Yeah, that's just a reference guide. That's not a monitor. That's a
Okay,
reference. Now, if you
okay,
see
okay,
me moving
okay.
around, it's because of my hips and stuff. I'm still
Yeah,
here.
you're
Yeah,
good,
because you ain't
brother.
got
I gotta get the
Yeah, you're good,
pressure
brother.
off. I've
yeah.
got no
Hey,
fat,
brother.
no tissue on the left buttocks. So I have to,
Oh, nice. So,
and I'm not in my
so can I
power
change?
chair. I'm in my desk chair.
Yeah, in your desk chair, so it's not nearly as nice.
Right. Right.
I do want to give you some kudos, brother. Because I know, as long as I've known you, nothing keeps you off a bike. Like literally, nothing
No,
keeps
not
you off a
much.
bike.
Yeah.
No, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
No.
You ain't got no new
Yeah.
legs, but you still got your butt on that bike, no
That's right.
matter what.
I got a
I,
shift kit.
I, I
I had a shift kit put up on the handlebar so that I could
yeah, you
shift
went air
gears.
air shift or electric shift?
It's electric. Boogie woogie.
Electric shift, cool. Boogie woogie woogie. Nice,
It
nice.
it's
So,
it
brother
shifts it faster
Halfsack,
than I can.
right? Like tick 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 tick.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me ask you another question, brother Halfsack.
Go ahead.
So, you said you've been a Freemason for 28 years now?
24 in April.
24 in
24
April. Okay,
in
all
April.
right.
Good
Yeah.
for you, brother. Good for you.
Man, that's quite a few
I
years,
was
buddy.
I was
You got
master of my lodge 15 years ago. 2010 is when
15
I
years
was
ago.
Wow.
master of the lodge.
2010. All right.
Hmm.
Are you a are you a 32nd degree Master Mason, or have you
No, I
gone in
just
any other degrees?
no, I just stayed with the Blue Lodge. I
Stay with
mean,
the Blue Lodge. I know.
I'm at the grotto, but I didn't go into shrine or anything like that. I wanted to
I
master
got you.
Blue Lodge.
Blue
I
Lodge.
and I don't think I've ever mastered it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's always something new and all that. So
Have you been past master just once, or have you been past master more than
Just
once?
once, just once,
Just
but I
once.
have
Okay.
been.
Now,
Yeah, I don't believe in titles, but I'm just gonna let you know that
correct. Correct.
I could not put all the titles that I've had on a business card. It would be a postcard. It had to be the size of a postcard
Correct.
of the many things and
Correct.
organizations of Masonry I've been with, past president, 2-year consecutive years of the
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 Wayfarers.
education, down here. I've been secretary. I've been, past president of the Wayfarers.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just my titles. I don't care about titles. They don't mean anything. It's just the knowledge that I have done these things and been a part of these things. I'm even in the Rainbow Girls, which is a part of Masonry.
Yep. Yep.
I'm on the board of trustees or the whatever the
Hmm.
board. I'm
Yep.
treasurer of that. And it doesn't matter. It's the love of Masonry that I have that I've gotten my toe in every pond, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's
Right.
always
Right.
something new to know. There's always something more to learn.
Right. I was gonna say you've been stuck in the secretary spot in your lodge for quite a few years, right? You still
14
secretary?
years. I'm
That's what I
assistant
thought. That's
secretary
what I
now.
thought. Oh, you get somebody let you woo. I don't say I got a 7-year stint in 'em as secretary of Pleasureville Lodge, and then someone stepped up and was like, "Well, I'll do secretary." I was like, "Thank you, Jesus. I
Well,
can't
mine was
I
the
can't do
medical
this for the
thing.
rest of my life." You're right.
I couldn't, because of my health conditions. I've had a quadruple heart bypass surgery. I had a heart attack. I had carotid artery on the right side done twice on the left. One of them was emergency surgery. Both legs cut off. Several stents put in both legs to try to save them several times. All this within 3 years. I mean, the doctors do not know why I'm still alive. They said that double amputees only have a 20% chance of living more than a couple of
Hmm.
years. So I'm already beating
Hmm.
those odds too. So
Yep. And you're still riding a motherfucking motorcycle, buddy.
that's right. That's
Fucking
right.
love it.
Amen. There you go,
I
brother.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it
I
because
put
you know,
my
be
wheelchair
honest
goes
with
on
you.
the back of it.
I
My
know, I
manual
know. I
chair
was gonna
goes
say,
on the back of it.
yep. There ain't nothing freer than being able to sit there and talk to the man upstairs while you're blazing through his wind in your face, and you can feel everything that he has around you. And you know, at that moment, you can talk to him and have any free moment you want to say. Anything on your
Well, you
chest, you can let it out. And go ahead.
I all these surgeries that should have killed me, and people wonder why I'm still alive, and I keep telling them the devil don't want me, and heaven's not ready for me yet. So
Amen, brother.
that's the only reason
Amen.
why I'm alive.
Amen. That's a good one, brother. The devil. That's a good one, buddy. That's a good one. So you said you've been a master mason for 24 years. I gotta know, how did Freemasonry find you, and what age were you when you found it?
All right. My grandfather was a master mason, and all of my
Okay.
life growing up, our lodge every November for past masters night they did a pigtails dinner. They've been doing it since
Hmm.
1924. But
Okay.
so every November, that was a big thing my grandfather would go to. He would not miss it. And I always wanted to know what masonry was about. But my family always said, "Don't ask him because he's not going to tell
Hmm.
you anything. He can't tell you nothing. He can't tell
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah.
nothing."
Shh. It's a secret. It's a secret.
Well, he had lost his eye, and I was driving him back from the eye doctor. He had a glass eye, and it just hit me, just me and him in the car. And I remember where it was, where I even asked him. Um, we were heading over the railroad tracks, and so I asked him about it, and he just said, "I'm glad you asked. I thought you never would." And I said, "I've always been told not to because you won't tell me nothing." And he said, "I'll get you a petition." And so he got me a petition and turned it in. EA was in January of 2002. Telegraph was in February 2002. Master Mason was April of 2002. And a week later, I was put in the chairs of the officers and went through the line.
Nice.
But yeah, that's how I got in with my grandfather. but it was always don't
Man,
ask
you
because he's
got
not going to tell you nothing.
yeah, because like your grandfather, I'm gonna say, is a baby boomer generation, correct?
No, he was born in
Gen
1916. He was before the baby
1916?
boomers.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Before the baby
grandfather.
boomers. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he was definitely you don't talk about it generation.
No,
It's a
no.
secret. You
Yeah.
you don't talk about it. Um, I would wonder how many of those gentlemen now that are, passed away that are no longer here, I wonder how many of them would be like, "You guys can't talk about that. What are you saying?" Especially seeing us on a podcast now, they'd
Mhm.
probably be like, "What are you
Yep.
doing?"
The
Um,
thing I say is masonry has secrets, but not everything in masonry is a secret. One, you know
correct.
the building we meet in. You can see us walk
Mhm.
around. If we're a true Mason, you can see our character walking around. I mean, there's a shrine, there's all these other things that you can see. Masonry has secrets, but it's not a secret that there's Masons. So that's the problem. I think that generation wanted to, in my opinion, wanted to keep it to themselves because it was an exclusive club, exclusive organization. And if they told people, then it wouldn't be exclusive no more. And that's wrong.
Right,
That's
right.
wrong. Masonry, there's masonry in just about everybody. It's just they got to show it. And if they don't show it, then
Mhm.
they're not a true Mason. And we've got
Right.
Masons now that's Masons in name only, and I believe that to my core, that they're just there for the title, the prestige, or to belong to something. Then they're not a
Mhm,
true
mhm,
Mason. They join and never come back. But they'll pay their dues every
mhm.
year. They'll come to a dinner, but they won't be at lunch on a regular basis.
Right, right. You're talking about the guy that wants the paper, the guy that guy wants the title. I always say there's 3 types of Masons. There's ones that show up for the title or for the piece of paper, so that way they can go out in public and say they're a Mason, and never show back up or even show what a true Mason is. Then you got your guy that comes to the lodge to be able to socialize, and that's as far as it goes. They're there for the social, so if it's not a social event, you're not gonna see them again. And then you got your master mason, the gentleman that actually came in and mastered himself as a mason, and that is to master your abilities to be able to work on yourself totally, 100% from top to bottom, in and out, doesn't matter. And I agree with you 100% on that half sack.
I mean, like you guys, you're wearing your hats on your podcast. I see Little Sons in the background. I see your banner 32nd degree in the background. I mean, look at my hat. I mean,
Mhm.
I show masonry. And then when I'm
Mhm,
outside of this house, it's the same way. I've got a tattoo. Most people can't see it because, short sleeves are covered up. But it's in the heart.
mhm,
It's your character that you show, not the emblems, not the shirt. I don't care how many shirts you wear. If you're out there and you're not showing the public that you are a Mason, you're out there screwing around, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you got that shirt on, that's a disgrace to the fraternity. And widow sons included. You walk around with your widow son's hat on, and you're out there doing stupid shit. That's all they see. They see the widow son's hat and the stupidity,
mhm.
and they don't want to be a part of
Yep,
that. You know what I'm saying? It just puts a bad image.
yep,
So
yep,
I'm not saying either one
facts.
of you two
We're
do it,
on
but
You're right, right, right. We're on the half hour with half sack, buddy. Preach
Yeah.
on, buddy. Preach
Yeah.
on.
yeah,
Like we talk in this podcast quite often about how like titles shouldn't mean anything to you. It should the weight of the title means more than the title itself. Being able to show the light, show the proper way to carry or conduct yourself with that title. It's not about me. It's about us in general. So I love
the
the fact that you
fraternity.
brought that up, Halfsack. Yep, it's about the fraternity. So Freemasonry found you through your grandfather, right? I know you have a daughter. We've known each other 12 years now,
Mhm.
since I got to meet you in 2013, or actually 2012, when I got to do a little bit of my petitioning. That was fun. Uh, so you have a daughter, which means you mentioned Rainbow Girls.
Yes.
We've talked about DeMolay on our podcast before.
My son's in
About the
DMLA
boys,
now.
your son's in DeMolay. Okay,
Nice.
so it's the younger generation coming up through Freemasonry and getting to see some of Freemasonry in different aspects. Uh, would you give us some light on Rainbow Girls and kind of how that works, or just a little bit, just to give us a little segment on Rainbow Girls, so that way, if someone does have a daughter or someone is listening to this podcast, and go, "Oh, I can get my daughter into that."
Yes,
Kind of
yes,
give
I
us.
can do that.
I'll give the floor to you, brother.
All right. I don't know about other states. I can only talk about Kentucky. But in Kentucky,
Fair enough.
they have what they call pledges. Pledges start off. I'm sorry, my mother-in-law is.
$5 fine. $5 fine. You can
Uh,
answer that if you
yeah.
need.
No, I do not. It's my mother-in-law. Um, Jennifer's just in the other room. I don't know why she's calling me. But
'Cause she didn't answer.
Rainbow Girls, yeah, probably. Where's Jennifer at? Um, but in the state of Kentucky, Rainbow Girls start off as pledges about age 7, 8. And then once they reach 11, I think it is, they can become a Rainbow Girl. And then you're a Rainbow Girl until you're the age of 21 and you age out. Or if you get married, then you're out because of that. Um, but in the state of Kentucky, there are, I think it's 16 chapters of Rainbow Girls.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Jennifer is mother advisor of one of them, meaning she's the boss, I guess you could say. Um,
Right.
but the girls they meet on their own meeting days, and they do events, but they dress in their gowns. They have fun stuff. They do stuff with the community also. And then once a year, they have what they call Grand Assembly. And a Grand Assembly, they all wear, I would call them wedding dresses because that's what majority of them are. I am serious. Jennifer, talk to your mom. Her to quit calling me. I'm sorry if I yelled. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, you're good. Jennifer, talk to your mom.
Um, but yeah, so they had their grand assembly in the summertime, and they all meet and they have their fun and games and stuff like that. But it's for the girls. Like I said, ages 7, I think it is, on up to 21. Now, Casey, she's been in it since she was 8, I think, and
Mhm, mhm.
she is 20 now, so she'll
Okay.
be
Dang.
aging out here soon. Yeah, she's getting married in October.
Dang, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
she's
Man,
engaged.
I remember when she was 8.
Yeah, over there at your house getting tutored by
Yep,
Mary
my
Ann.
wife was, yep, teaching your daughter some, English skills and math skills, all kinds of stuff. I do
Tell her it
remember
didn't
that.
stick. Tell her it didn't stick. We want our money back.
I could do that. I'll wake her up and be like, "Hey, it didn't stick. HalfSack wants his money back." She'll be like, "Wait,
Yeah,
what? What are you talking
yeah.
about?"
Didn't she graduate a
But I
couple of years ago?
yeah, right?
But
Didn't she
no,
actually
that
get a diploma?
yeah. Nowadays they just hand them out like candy.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
yeah, that's the Rainbow Girls, and they do things with their lodges and stuff. And yeah, if they want, you can get online. It's International Rainbow Girls. Is if you're going to look online or IOR, I don't know, whatever initials it is, but that's how
Something
you
like
find
that.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
and if you can't
Now let
find it, if it contact you, contact me. I'll get you in somebody.
cool, cool. Let me ask you, HalfSack, do you have to have a, Masonic affiliation to join for the
No,
girls to join
nope,
Rainbow Girls?
N-
Okay,
no, they do not. No, they do not.
okay,
W-
okay. Kind of the same like D Malay, correct?
Yes, I'm sure Dima is the same way.
Okay. Yep. Because it's a youth group meeting.
It's a youth
Um,
organization.
yep. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about both of them. Just for the pure and simple fact, it gives the younger generation some type of organization, kind of like ours. It gives them some type of
Hmm.
structure as younger as a younger generation, and allows them character building skills, communication skills, uh, group skills,
Yeah.
and even just working with your community and knowing how to be a good, productive citizen. All
Yes.
of those things are good qualities to have and be able to teach younger generations because that's not taught anymore in schools. You don't have home ec and that type of stuff anymore. That's not a daily thing that's taught. So I
No.
love that there are organizations out there that do that. Uh, Brother Halfsack, I'm gonna drill you again. How did you find the Widow Sons, or how did the Widow Sons find you?
Okay. I've found the Widow Sons, or they found me. It doesn't matter. And it was, I'm not sure if you know, but they do a cave degree down in Tennessee every year.
Yeah, we've
Yes,
been
we have
there.
August.
been there. We have been there.
My first time of going to the cave degree down there in Kingston, Tennessee, was at
Uh
Union
huh.
Lodge number 8, I think it is. Um,
Yep. Union Lodge number 8.
went to um, that morning. You go to the cave, you can explore it on your own, type of thing. Show up, and there is, I don't know, 15, 20 bikes out there, and they're all Widow Sons. They were Widow Sons
Mm-hmm.
from Canada. And I saw their vests and all that, and I thought, I didn't even know this was a thing. So
Yeah.
got
Right.
home, got home, did some research, and found um, the Wayfarers chapter. And
Out of Louisville.
I think it's from Facebook, yeah. And the contact person was Brad. So I called
Oh,
Brad's the
Nubs.
yeah, Nubs.
Good old Nubs.
Yeah,
Called
yeah,
him,
yeah,
had
yeah.
a 20-minute conversation. No lie, the conversation, I felt that he was trying to tell me, "Noah, this was not gonna work for me." The entire time, he was trying to steer me away. So, but he did say,
Awesome.
"Hey, we're meeting, this Sunday," and I'm trying to think where it was. I think it was Joe's Older Than Dirt, to be honest with you.
Joe's.
Told me to
Yeah.
come on
Joe's
out.
was the meeting spot. Yep.
Did you talk to your mom? Because she called me twice.
Yes. Yes, I did. She.
She calls me when you don't answer. Okay, well, call her back. Good. So, I believe we met out at Joe's, and that's where I met
Joe's.
Sarge and
Huh?
Nubs and who else? No, I'm sorry, I take that back. It was not Joe's. It was Rudy's out there in the East End
Rudy's. Uh-huh.
because I bought them a round of beer and left my credit card there, and they gave me a call and told me that I left my card there and they were going to spend more money on it. But
Nice.
yes, but that's when I met him and uh, John, and I'm trying to think of what his road name was. He had an accident and didn't ride a bike no more, but he had um, that car, that weird car. Trying to think what the name of
The
it.
Pontiac or
Chief,
excuse me, he had the
Chief.
Chrysler Crossfire. Yep.
That's right,
He had the
Chief. Yeah,
Pontiac or the Chrysler Crossfire. Chief.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he got
But
a he
that's
got a
when,
medical he
yeah,
got a medical
discharge or
pardon in our
whatever.
chapter. Yep.
But yeah, that was the first time that I had met the Wayfarers chapter. But I did. I had
Mhm.
was introduced to the Whittle Sons at the Cave Degree in Kingston, Tennessee, and all those brothers. I never did talk to them. Never saw them other than just the back of their vest and the bikes. But
Mhm.
was at the Cave Degree. But they were all from Canada, so they all rode down from Canada.
Sparked your curiosity, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like, "Who's this? I didn't know we had a Masonic Riders Association." And I mean, I got to get
Correct.
into this. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because you come from a motorcycle culture background, correct?
Yes. I've had friends that were in outlaw MCs, one percenters.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I never
So
was
you
really into that, but I knew of it. So,
Mhm. Right. So
and I
you
did
you were
have
looking for
old
different type.
family members. Yeah, I did have an
Right.
old
You're looking
family
for a
member that
different type of
was
club.
right. He was in the outlaws, but um,
Mhm.
here in Louisville. But yeah, I mean, I knew of other friends that I had that were in 1% clubs, here in the
Mhm.
Louisville area and outside there. But yeah, I mean,
Nice.
but that was not what I wanted. That was not the lifestyle that I was interested in. So,
Right. And so you saw the Masonic Riders Association. You're like, wait, what? Hold on, I'm a Mason. I ride motorcycles. What's that all
Yeah.
about?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was pretty
nice.
much it, yeah.
Right. I was gonna say I got to uh I became a Mason. I was riding motorcycles for my whole life, and I was like, "Man, there should be some type of Masonic Writers Association or some type of Masonic MC out there." Because I
Mhm.
would love to be in that. I would love to, just ride with some brothers that I know that are Freemasons. And like I had a little art book or whatever, and I tried, sketching up some different type of patches and stuff. Um, and I was at work when I worked for Pet Boys, and Sarge's brother, Mongo, come walking in, passing out your, Hooters Hop flyer, and "Wait." I was like, "Wait, what? There's a Masonic Writers Association here in Louisville? Like, what's that all about?" And he was like, "Hey, I can't talk right now, but I'll send my brother in." 2 hours later, this man shows up, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And it's Mr. Billy Sarge Roby, and he talks to me about all the Masonic stuff, and the Wayfarers chapter and the Hooters Hop, and then ends up sending me out to, Indiana rally when they were down there in Madison. And that's where I got to meet him and, Beardy and the rest of the crew. And it's just a big full circle seeing you here on this podcast, because I remember back in the day in my journeys coming in through the Wayfarers, I remember you doing podcasts, and I watched some of your podcasts live, and it's just really cool having you on our podcast. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, I appreciate you asking me. I didn't even know y'all were doing this, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
Man, I'm getting excited just to have y'all come on my podcast when our schedules can all get together
Oh, I
here.
can't. Yeah, I can't wait for that, brother.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm,
it's kind of
mhm.
the same format, but a little different. The only thing
Yeah.
on my podcast that we don't talk about is politics or religion. Other than that, I don't care.
Same.
Talk about whatever, because I got
We
an
don't talk
opinion
about
about
I
everything.
was Hey, I was gonna say, we don't talk about
Yeah.
politics or religion on this one either. We try to
Yeah,
stay away from that. We'll throw little
that's right.
puns in there every once in a while just to make
Yeah.
pokes fun there.
Yeah.
So, we know your story of how Masonry found you through your grandfather, and how, you found, Freemasonry through a degree work down in Tennessee, which is funny as fuck, because all 3 of us have been to that same said degree in Tennessee and sat in that same cave and watched that same degree work, just at different times. And
Hmm.
it's amazing that when you said that that's how you found the Widow Sons, that's an awesome story, brother.
That
It's an awesome story.
that's the first time I ever seen Widow Sons was there, and that piqued my interest, and
Nice.
I had to investigate.
Right, and you've been a Widow Son ever since, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, pretty much. I remember the gauntlet of the, Wayfarers chapter, what they put you through to, before you get your, patches, and then you get your branding. So
I think my
kudos,
credit
brother,
card right there,
kudos.
I think the credit card right there, the first meeting probably did me in. So
Yes, sir.
they
Yes,
probably
sir.
they
I
probably said,
do.
yeah, he's a good guy. He left his credit card for us to buy beer with. So yeah,
Uh-huh. I do remember you might have been in the meeting, where, I might have, scaped out on getting a, road name. um I got Gilligan instead of another road name, and, that other road name was Fuckstick, because I used to like to mess with everybody in the chapter when I was in my, petitionary
oh yeah,
stage.
oh yeah. I remember there was a vote on that.
I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad I got Gilligan, not Fuckstick, because Mary Ann was like, "I am not putting that
Yeah,
on my, fuck, I'm not putting Fuckstick on my vest." Oh, yeah. But Skittles,
Um,
what were you
hey,
gonna say there, brother?
yeah. So, brother HalfSack, something that I love between the 3 of us, yes, we all share Freemasonry, we all share the Widow Sons, but something more intimate that we all share is, we're all Wayfarers at one point, and brother HalfSack still is a member of the Wayfarer and, or Wayfarers, and I still have that chapter patch on my vest because I hold it so near and dear, and I love that chapter with all my heart. Um,
well, you can
I
go ahead and
just
turn that into 123 Elm Street, and we'll quit.
It ain't
brother,
off either.
brother, I'm gonna ask you to come get it, not
Yeah.
because I'm mad or angry, just because I want to give you an excuse to come see me.
He wants the excuse to roll out that red carpet for you there, brother HalfSack.
I want
He wants you to come
to
Yeah.
see him so he
cook
can roll out
you
that
a
red carpet.
yeah. I want to cook you a nice steak dinner, have you and your lady stay the night. We're gonna treat you really well, and I'm gonna send you home with a nice Wayfarers patch.
I just have a question for you. Do you
Yes,
have
sir. Yes,
stairs
sir.
at
Go
your
ahead.
house? Well, then I can't come to your house if you got stairs.
Okay. All
Yep,
right. We'll
you
figure it
go.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'll he'll get you a ramp. We'll make you a ramp, buddy. No
Yeah.
problems.
We'll figure it
There's
out.
all kinds of
Done.
obstacles in my way. You know what I mean?
You see,
I'll make
there are
sure
only
that red
3 little
carpet
stairs.
rolls
We gotcha.
downhill. Yeah.
Yep.
There's only three of
Straight
Um,
them.
and flat.
but brother, so something I want to ask is, like a lot of our listeners or people hearing this podcast, uh, they know me as a widow's son, but at one point in life, you knew me as not a widow's son. You knew me as somebody petitioning and trying to join the Wayfarers or the Widow Sons. Is there anything that you remember about me? And I'm gonna be honest, if you said something embarrassing, I bet people would love to hear that.
I you your road name. I just don't understand where the hell that came from. Skittles.
Yeah. Well, we can save that for a personal talk.
Okay, dokie. That's probably why I don't.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, I mean, I thought you were a pretty cool character, and
Okay.
such. I don't really, I'm not saying that you're not forgettable, but I really don't remember any major story. I mean, Gilligan was just all over the fucking place, and you were just with him all over the fucking.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, that's how I remember it as
100%.
well.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the road
Yeah.
name, I
I'd
don't
say word.
remember how you got that, but it just when I heard that, I was like, what the hell? And never did really find out the story. So
Yeah,
Well, you'll have to find
I
out
was
that
with
one on.
Gilligan. That's how I got it in.
my road name, is self-explanatory. I've only got one testicle, so I only have a half a sack. Uh, I come by that road name honestly. So,
I love how
Honestly.
you
that's
say that, brother.
I'm like, buddy, I'm an open book, buddy. There's nothing that's gonna, embarrass me at all. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing.
Right. Right.
I'm too old to care. I really am. I'm almost 50, and I'm too old to care.
Uh-huh. That fair enough.
That's
I
awesome,
mean,
brother.
that was from cancer, correct?
Yes, it was the size of my fist, and after
Phew.
um, 7 years, they had to remove it after it was discovered. And and well, I'll go ahead and I'll tell you the story. When I found out that I had this problem, I went to a urologist, and he went in there and he said, "We're going to have surgery on Tuesday at 9 o'clock." I went, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I just met you. We just done a couple of tests here. What the hell?" And he says, "You got a tumor." And he said, "We need to remove it." And I was like, "Buddy, I just got married not too long ago, just a few months ago. I ain't got no kids.
Right.
We're just gonna need I'm getting a second opinion." So I went to another doctor, another urologist, and talked to him, and he said, "Look here." He said, "I'll make a deal with you." He said, "We'll leave it alone until it's medically necessary to remove." And he said, "At that point, that's all, that's it. I'm doing it." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "But you got to come back every 6 months for us to retest it." And so
Right.
I did every 6 months, and I was being told that I had a 50-50 shot of having kids with this tumor. But after the surgery, it was a 5% chance of having kids. And I said, okay. So we left it alone. And for 7 years, nothing, no issues. And then the one year I went in there, or the one time I went in there, it completely went black. And he says, we're removing it. Removed it. 6 months later, found out we were pregnant. So took 8 years to
Gangster.
have Casey. Took 8 years to have Casey. And then it was another 7 years before we had Mason. And I keep telling
Gangster.
people those 8 years, I was just having fun. And then once they removed
Right.
it, it was business. You know what I mean? So I had 8 years of
Right.
practice.
Right. 8 years of practice. Like, it just goes to show you that the good man upstairs doesn't matter what happens. If you're destined to have kids, you're gonna have them. You can try. It's not your story, it's his. He knows when it's gonna happen. You can try
That's
to
right.
plan, but, eh, there's no planning in this world, right? Shit
That's right.
happens. Alright,
Yeah, brother
I got one.
HalfSack, I got a sorry, bro. I've got a
Go
little
ahead.
baby girl on the way. I'm gonna be a father in about probably 4 weeks now.
Good deal. Good deal. First one?
Yes, sir.
Yep,
First one.
Oh, and it's a girl. It's special.
yep. I got 3 girls.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's gonna have all girls. All girls. It's faith. It just He's like, "Oh, man. Brother HalfSack, I'm gonna trap you in an elevator,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to explain Freemasonry to me because I just asked you, 'Hey, what is that square and compass? What does that mean?'" And I'm just some random stranger, so you have no idea what I know about Freemasonry or anything, but I did say square and compass.
Right.
Alright.
The only thing I could tell you is a fraternity of men that are like-minded, that enjoy each other's fellowship. Um, but that square and compass means something different to everybody. But it's your character, it's what's in your heart, it's what you do outside of that lodge that shows what that square and compass means to you. If you saw that square and compass on me and you had the gumption to ask me, then you have already made an assumption that I'm a good guy, that I'm a guy that's not going to sit there and lie to you and blow smoke up your ass. And that's what Freemasonry is, like minded men, fellowship. I know that I could call any one of them at any time, day or night, and I'll have the help that I need. And I am a walking example of that from all the surgeries that I've had, all the life threatening issues, and the medical conditions I'm in. Buddy, they're there for me. And I could sit here and talk all day about examples, but one of them that I'll tell you is when I first lost the leg. They called, Jennifer up to lodge. Now, my father-in-law, he's a Mason. He's a past master. He called Jennifer and said, "I need you to come up to lodge, pick me up from lodge. Lodge is over with." No questions asked. She went up there to get him. And when she walked in there, the entire lodge was still sitting there waiting on her. They had passed the hat that night just from the brothers that were there. And it was about 25 of them. And they raised over $600 cash for me at lodge. And the lodge voted to give me another $500 cash to help us out because they knew that this was an uphill battle, that I was going to be off work for 8 weeks at least, and so on and so forth. And bills still had to be paid. There was no questions asked. She just walked in there and they gave it to her. That's Masonry.
Mm,
They saw a need and they helped fill that need. So that was probably what I
facts.
would say
Awesome,
to you.
brother. Yeah.
That is a one hell of an elevator speech, my brother. Very, very elegantly put together and touched on a little bit of personal from yourself. That is, if I was in that elevator, you would have me intrigued, and I'd be like, "All right, tell me a little more. Tell me more, buddy. Tell
Yeah.
me more. Tell
Yeah.
me why."
All these things that I've had happen. The lodge wanted to build a ramp at the house. I refused. But that's my own personal pride. I don't want a ramp here. Number
Mhm,
two, it'd be a bitch to do anyway and expensive as hell because the way my house is set up. But
mhm.
um,
I've been to your house.
w-
I know exactly what
when
you're
I
talking about.
needed when I needed something like when I lost the second leg is when I got a stair chair for the stairs to come up from the basement to
Mhm,
the upstairs. Um, Brother said, "I'm on my way to go get it." Jennifer found it. She paid for it. He went, picked it up, came here and installed it for me. All this before I got home from the hospital to prepare the house to help me out, you know. And the
mhm,
other brothers have offered help to do whatever, stuff like that. And it's just that's masonry. There's no questions
mhm,
asked. They just see a need and they do what they need
mhm.
to do to fulfill it.
Correct.
or rectify it or
Not for the
fix it or
n not for the title.
no.
By
And
far, it's not
they
for the
ask for
title.
nothing.
Yep.
They ask for
Just for the
nothing in return.
pure the pure enjoyment of watching you be able to succeed in life is why we're there.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
And me being a secretary, the secretary's desk was up on a platform and said, I can't do this with no legs. I can't get up there. They actually moved the desk down to the floor on the other side of the master, took the piano from the, um, oh my God, I can't think of the lady's part, Eastern Star, put it up on the
Mhm.
platform just so I can remain secretary for Lodge. They
That's
rearranged the
awesome.
Lodge for me. So,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah,
Plum Lodge, right?
Robinson Plum, yeah,
Robinson. Robinson Lodge.
yeah. We
Doesn't,
merged several years ago.
doesn't yeah, I was gonna say Plum and Robinson just merged not too long ago. That's what I was gonna say. That's like, oh, okay. Um that's a hell of a testimony there, brother HalfSack. I definitely enjoyed listening to you on our podcast and getting to get a little bit more of your backstory because I've never got to actually hear your how Masonry found you or how you found the Widow Sons, and I love that it was people in your family that brought you because sometimes in Masonry it's not people in your family that brings you; it's somebody like you said. You went to a cave degree in Tennessee and found the Widow Sons out of random. So it was
Hmm.
that moment, that time for it to find you, and here you are 16 years later, still strong and kicking, um, without legs, of course. Um, but brother HalfSack, I love your perseverance. I love that you're still riding. You do what it takes to still ride. You remind me of a gentleman I used to race against down in 13th Street downtown in Louisville. Had no left arm, but that dude was whooping everybody's ass in a street race on his bike. Um, I don't remember his name, but he had an air shift, like you said, but it was just on the right side on his throttle side, and he was murdering us all. We couldn't do it, and he was on like an old school. I think it was the V4 Honda
Hmm.
Magna, I do believe Magnum.
Magnum,
Man,
yeah.
yep, he was definitely murdered.
I'm
There we go.
trying to see if that'll focus. That's my gold wing trike, and that's not going to focus. But I want to show you something. I'm gonna
It was
zoom
good
in.
enough we could see.
I'm gonna zoom into. If you can see that, that is my um artificial leg bungee cord down to the peg. I drove it home like that.
Nice.
That's when I lost the just
Nice.
had the one leg,
The one leg.
the one leg. Uh, I drove that. That was me driving home with the after the air shift, and pulled over a little gas station there in Jennifer. Snapped that little picture. But like I said, I rode with one leg and then I lost the other one. But before I lost the second one, um, now you guys know me and my sense of humor. Especially with a road name like
Yes.
HalfSack.
Yes. Yes,
This was
sir.
a
Yes, sir.
tattoo. This was a tattoo I got, and then about 2 months later, lost the second leg. But this was on the back of my leg, and it says 1 foot in the grave. It says 1 foot in the grave, and
Nice.
it was pointing to the missing leg.
Nice.
But that's my
Nice.
sense of
Nice, brother.
humor, you know? But,
Yeah, buddy, buddy, buddy.
I don't think I've got any, let's see, pictures of well, this is when I was getting my prosthetics, originally getting them because I do have legs, they're just in my closet. But, here's a picture of them test fitting my prosthetic.
Huh,
That
nice.
was
Do
at
you
the
Didn't know.
do your legs ever come out of your closet?
no. If they
Fuck,
He
walked out,
said,
I
because
"Nope."
wouldn't
I was
notice
gonna
them.
say, "You got gay legs, roasted, boom."
Mm. If they walked out and
Fuck, you got me.
hey, they're expensive. They were $25,000 a piece.
Alright,
No
yeah, those legs
shit.
are straight.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they're straight.
When Mason found out that I was gonna have an artificial leg, his request was that it because I told him that it was hollow inside, that, the top of because I'm a double amputee above the knee, that the top portion would go in and then it was hollow. His concern was how many candy bars we could fit in the leg.
Yeah. When you need to go to that movie theater,
He wanted to
sneak
know how
some
many candy
candy in the
bars
movie
can we
theater.
fit in the leg. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
gotta hide that Snickers, bud. Hide that Snickers.
And when I tell people I can still kick their ass, I just need to go get my legs, you know.
Right. Physically, I can still kick your ass. I just gotta use my prosthetic leg.
Yeah, I just gotta go get my
Brother,
legs and
I
I'll kick your ass.
I love that you're always positive. You bring positivity to Freemasonry. Uh, just keep up what you do, HalfSack. I love seeing you out there. I love seeing you on your bike. I'm gonna make it to a Wayfarers chapter meeting. I still live here in Kentucky. I work on Preston Highway, so I'll come see you. Anytime you're out and about and you're on Preston, come see me. But
All right.
I love you, HalfSack, and I love having you on our podcast. I'm gonna have you on here again, and I'm gonna come join you on your podcast, and then I can
Oh
talk some
yeah.
shit. No, I'm just kidding.
You talk anything you want. We'll give you
Yeah.
the freedom. We'll turn it over to you
What
because there's no
grinds? Yeah. What grinds my gear?
but yeah, it's the podcast that I've run. Like I said, I was, um, when I did it at El Dorado Studios, and they were a great bunch of guys, and they were Masons also. Um, and we had a blast there, and it was three brothers and jazz, and we had a great time. I mean, if you go to El Dorado Studios on YouTube, and you can look up some of the titles, say half sack, and you'll see me on them. We had an Area 51 episode where we all wore tinfoil hats and, shit like that.
Yeah.
But we just
Nice.
have a great time. So when I started doing here at the house, I wanted to do it live. So I do it with Zoom, and we have people call in with Zoom on Zoom, and we do it live. Well, that's the problem was the time of day and the day of the week. So my next format, I guess you could say, is going to be a recording, do some editing, throw some stuff on there, and then publish it. I've done that in the past too, but just kind of got out of it. But due to a lot of these other medical problems I have, I just can't keep on an active schedule and stuff
That's
like
fair
that.
enough,
But
brother.
I mean, I was bedridden for 8 weeks because of a sore, um, frozen shoulder, which I'm still in therapy on that. I still have a therapist come here. We just went from 2 times a week to one um, because I can lift my right arm above my head, but the left arm, that's about it. So it's hard for me to pull myself up because my arms are my legs. They do double duty. And
Correct.
when you got a frozen
Yeah.
shoulder, you can't lift them up. It means you can't lift yourself up. So a lot of
Right.
upper body strength has gone away because of this. And I've been battling this since April. So,
Shoo.
but yeah, I want you both of you guys on there, and whoever you want,
That'll
because I
be
can put
fun, brother.
99 people on at once.
Cool. We'll do that, brother.
99
That'll be a lot of fun.
problems.
Yeah,
We got
that'd
99
be fun.
problems, but a bitch ain't one. Sorry, this song's
Yeah,
popping in my head.
Yeah.
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 But
Brother
no, I'd
Skittles,
love
you
to
got
have you
anything
guys.
for HalfSack?
Yeah, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, brother HalfSack, love you, brother. Truly thank you for taking time to come on to our podcast and sharing your story, your light, and your perspective with us. It means more than words can say. And just this is what brotherhood is about, sitting together, building each other up, and leaving the conversation better than we found it, right? Your presence, your
Mhm.
honesty, and your energy are appreciated more than you know. The door is always open,
Mhm.
the seat is always here, and your family with us. Much love, brother, and thank you. Thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, for being a part of this journey with the two burning tapers.
Mhm. Yep.
And it's such a pleasure to sit here with you tonight because you were a part of my journey into the Widow Son, and I really remember you very well, and just uh, it's I feel very honored to sit with you tonight. So thank you, brother.
Nice.
I want to thank you guys for inviting me. I truly do. It has invigorated me more to do my podcast
Mhm.
again, do the second adaptation. But I'm sorry that my high quality camera quit on me just seconds before the show, so I had to bring out the backup, and that's why my face is so far close. My I mean, I got plenty of equipment here. I've got 3 monitors. I've got a heavy duty tower computer. I've got $1,000 camera. I got a
Nice.
$300 board here and setup. It's all good. It's just I don't know what the hell happened to the camera.
Yeah.
It's probably a cable, to be honest with you.
Brother HalfSack, if anybody on this podcast wanted to find you, follow you, or listen into your podcast, where can they find you?
Well, it's Half Hour with HalfSack on YouTube is where you can find my past shows and
Very
some of the
good. We'll link that
stupidity that we
below.
do on the show and such. But we always have a good time. So,
Good, good.
but
And
I
if
would
any
love for you guys
brothers out
to.
there,
Yeah.
if any brothers out there, Brother HalfSack, that has come to Kentucky and wanted to visit a lodge and they were in your area, what is your meeting night and what the name of your lodge? So that way, if someone wants to come visit you, they can.
It's Robinson Plum Lodge 266. We meet over on Applegate Lane, which is by the Gene Sider Expressway. It's the first and third Thursdays. Dinner is at 6:30. There's always a dinner. Meetings at 7:30. And it is handicap accessible.
Nice. So just be prepared and just know they do tile the door. So be prepared for that if you show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, brothers, I got love for you guys. I know I ain't seen y'all in a while, but you both been in the Wayfarers and stuff like that. Nothing but love, and just waiting for you guys to come on my podcast. But I, like I said, I just found out about this, so I'm gonna keep an tab on you guys. So
Nice.
y'all
nice.
start
Love
screwing
that.
up.
Make sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, Brother HalfSack, if we start screwing up, you know our numbers. Start calling us and be like, hey, I got you. Watch it.
Yeah, well,
we
you
need
both still
that.
have the same phone number that I had when y'all seen y'all last.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I still
sir.
have the same phone number. Still the same number.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, I've had the same phone number since I was 16 years old, and that phone number was
Yes,
a
sir.
car. It was a phone in a bag that I had to leave in the car, and it's been the same number since.
Yeah, I've had mine the same number since I was 21.
Hey,
It's
don't you
amazing.
bro
not
me.
No, you're not that old. Dude, my dad said stuff like that. You're not that old.
Buddy,
Oh,
I had a
me?
pager in middle school.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Did you have the
Gilligan,
alphanumeric pager?
oh my goodness. All right, Gilligan, close us out or something, man. Getting tired of this.
We're having too
He
much
said, I'm
fun.
getting tired of it. Look,
Having too much
you
fun.
forget
That's exactly right,
we
HalfSack.
you forget we have that generation gap there, buddy. I'm still a millennial, but I'm at the end of the millennial, and you're at the other end of the millennial. But all right,
How do you
man, this
text
has been
from?
a fantastic.
Well, wait, no. How do you text from a phone bag?
You
No, I was
don't.
talking about alphanumeric pager.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you text from a
alphametric-
pager?
It actually had a
you type
keyboard
a
on it.
number. Yeah. I'd say sometimes, like I had a pager that did not have a keyboard on it. Mine was you made a phone call to the pager, and then you left numbers on the pager, which indicated different things. So, like,
And if you turned it
911,
upside
and when
down,
you
it
left
had
your
did
phone number,
words.
it had words.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
You know 8008. If you turn it upside down, says boobies.
Says boobies. Yes.
All right, Gilligan, close us out, brother.
All right. I love having podcasts with Brother HalfSack. All right. Thank you for HalfSack. Thank you for coming on our podcast, Brother Skittles. Keep it up. Keep it real. Keep our podcast going as you always do. We'll come join you on your podcast, Brother HalfSack. If any of you listeners out there want to come on, give us some knowledge, give us some of your Masonic knowledge, have a deep dive on some I can't even, I'm not even going to murder it. I'm not even going to say it. There you go. Thank you, brother. But it's been a great podcast. I love you, brothers. Peace out. Like Ronald Reagan. Peace out.